Hi everyone, my name is Shay. I'm one of the coaches here at Learn Grant Writing, and today I want to talk about how to balance, or how I try to balance, growing a grant consulting business as a mother of two. I want to just say right up front that these are just, a couple of practical tips that worked for me for right now in the season of life that I'm in, but I understand everyone's situation is very different. So please, use what you can, right? Fish and bone this, and do whatever you need to do in your season of life. So, but let's just jump right into it. This is how I try to balance being a business owner as a mom. All right, so the first tip I have is to make sure that you're setting clear boundaries with your clients. What I didn't want to do when I started my business is to go from one type of grind or hustle and jump into another type, right? So I don't always get this right. I probably screw this up a lot in the beginning. I'm still working on it, but for me, in the life that I want to live, to ensure that I have that time, my workday does not start until my kids are at school, so around 9 o'clock. For the most part, my workday will end around 3:30 when they come home from school. Laptop is closed. I don't do anything. My time is for them, for their homework, their sports, or whatever else. Time with my husband. Now, sometimes when they're asleep or when they're off doing some other activity, I may pull back out my laptop and continue with my work, but that's only if I want to, or if there's something that's really pressing that I have to do. I really try not to make that a habit because, again, I left because I wanted the freedom, right? And so I want to make sure that I continue this practice. Again, this is just what works for me and what I desire in my life. Figure out what it is that you ultimately want, and then set clear client boundaries around that. All right, so the second thing that I do is try not to overwhelm myself with a bunch of work and a bunch of clients at the same time. So just as a simple example, if I'm already working with 2 clients, say we're doing research, we're writing a couple grants or something, and there's a third client that wants to start, if I feel like it's going to require me to work really late in the evening or have to get up, super early to get some of that third client's work done, then I don't take them on for that month. I'm not saying I don't try to secure that client. Of course I do. But what I will do is schedule that client so that we can begin work in the following month. That way I can wrap up, hopefully, whatever it is that I'm doing with the original 2 clients, and then start with that third client in the following month. All right, so the final tip that I have is probably the most important one, and it really allows for the other 2 to work well, and that is set your prices so that you don't have to work with multiple clients every month in order to just skirt by, right? So think about your overall monthly expenses, and I mean after you pay your taxes, right? Whatever that bottom line number is, take that and then add more to that. Add more to that, because you're not just considering your everyday expenses, food and things like that, but you're also thinking about the expenses that you're going to incur while running your business. So your grant research database, most of them are pretty expensive, right? You need to cover that. You need to cover if you need a printer, paper, any subscriptions that you have, if you're a part of any associations, add all of these things up and then add a little more to it. And then set your prices so that you only have to work with 1, 2, 3, whatever your goals are, is that you don't have to overwhelm yourself with multiple clients in order to get by. Also thinking about, if your kids are anything like mine, they grow like weeds. So every couple of months, it feels like I have to get them new clothes, new shoes. Think about things like that. Incorporate these types of things into your prices, right? And charge accordingly. I want you to remember that this is not your hobby, right? This is a business. You started this business for a reason. You need to be profitable. So I definitely encourage you to raise your prices so that you can run your business and live your life the way that you desire. All right, unicorns, thanks so much for watching. I hope these few practical tips are helpful for you when considering, how to manage running a business as a parent. This journey is not easy by any means. It's very hard. I stumbled with a lot of this. I still stumble at times with this, but I think that, fish and bone these tips. Use what you can, do what works for you. I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. These are just some of the things that work for me. If you're a parent out there and considering starting your own business, I'd love to chat with you. Just you can shoot me a DM. If you have any additional tips for me too, I'm more than happy to hear them. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.